Hi, this is Jimmy Nuge.
And this is Terry Mcdermott.
And we are at NAMM 2015.
Come on in. SMTV reporting live from NAMM 2015. We're here with
Terry Mcdermott.
Jimmy Nuge.
Jason Hook.
Jason Hook. Now tell us about this new documentary that we've been watching over here on the screen.
Well, about 18 months ago, I was sitting in the back lounge of our tour bus with our tour videographer, Fran Strine, and we started talking about, or he was actually saying he was jonesing to make a movie, another documentary. Now, being a documentary fan, I was like, what do you mean, you make films, you make documentaries? He's like, yeah, but I haven't done one in a long time and I'm jonesing. So that's kind of where it all started, and from there, I just instantly got excited. I'm like, well, what would you do if let's say I was to fund it, you know, or get involved and, you know, kick down some money? And so we tossed around what would make a good topic, and we landed on hired gun because I used to be a hired gun. I played for Alice Cooper, Vince Neil, and a bunch of other sort of mainstream artists, and I know a lot of those players. So I thought instantly I had a way to get content. And that's where it all started. And I mean, it's really turned into this big thing now where we got some major names, you know, as far as, you know, Steve Vai, Neil Schon, you know, Bob Ezrin, David Foster, you know, these kind of guys. And Eric Singer from Kiss, or Alice Cooper. I mean, it's cool.
And it's interesting, I think, obviously we're here at NAMM 2015 in terms of music and what people are putting out there, and ultimately what record labels and bands want you to see is the front face. But what you're telling in this documentary is, in many respects, an untold story.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, do you remember the 20 Feet from Stardom? Okay. And not that we're copying anything, but the idea behind that film was that these background singers were on all of these famous recordings and all these famous, well-known tours, backing up famous artists, but nobody ever knew who they were, and they were never successful financially.
Yeah.
But they were right there, tucked in behind mega success, you know, mega popularity.
On the same stage.
On the same stage, and there you get the title. So we're basically telling a similar story, but more, our genre is more rock and roll, and you know, we have the drummer from Billy Joel, Liberty DeVito, and not only is he an amazing musician, but this guy played. It was like the only gig he's ever had. Like, he was in Billy's band before there was a record deal.
30 years. That's
30 years, and then just kicked out late, you know. And imagine the trauma of the trauma of just being ejected with no. You know, there's no severance or anything, just like out. So,
sorry, I was going to say, actually, you touched on a subject there, which is these guys, you know, that they're an integral part of stage performances that change people's lives.
Yeah.
But there is obviously a behind-the-scenes drama, and you know, to be blunt about it, there's an ego and there's different demands from each artist.
Yeah.
How does a session musician, how does a hired gun kind of seamlessly fit into that and then step out of it for different people?
Well, look, I mean, some guys are just accepting. You know, I'm happy to be in the arts. I'm happy to play my instrument for a living. The problem with it is, like, the problem with this field of work is that there's no security. There's no, like, benefits. The second the gig is over, the celebrity is like, I'll let you know.
There's no dental plan.
And there's no pension or anything like that. Yeah. So your loyalty doesn't count. Your years served don't reward you after the gig is over. It's very frightening, actually. And you know, most of the new gigs are all gobbled up by the younger player, the more prepared player. You know, you stay in a gig for this long period of time, all of a sudden you're tossed back into that mix with those other players, and you don't have, you know, you're not as fast as they are. You know,
it's the cutthroat end of a very cutthroat industry.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it really is fascinating, and you know, I spent many years as a hired gun myself, so I have certainly my stories, my opinion, and I can, you know, I'm one of the few guys in the film that can show you the contrast between going into that stuff. I pulled myself out of that because I couldn't take the emotional, there was no satisfaction from being treated like a star, watching that lifestyle, but knowing that I had nothing to do with it and it didn't belong to me. It was too emotionally dissatisfying for me. I was like, I want it for me.
Yeah.
I want to help me, you know?
Part
Yeah.
of something belongs.
Yeah, so I quit. I quit that business and just said I'm going to try to find the right band and come in as an equal partner,
Yeah.
an equal member. And fortunately,
Seems like you found it,
it
man.
was Five Finger Death
Yeah,
Punch.
Five
Yeah.
Finger Death Punch.
And I told them right in the beginning, I said, I don't need a job. So if you guys are thinking about hiring a guitar player, I'm not the guy. Because I have a job, a
Yeah.
good one. So I want to be in the band.
In the
and I'll
band,
make
part of
all
the
the
band.
I'll eat bologna. I don't even care. But
Yeah.
I want to be in the band. I want to be, the same. We suffer. I will suffer with you. Yeah.
Subway every day of the week on a tour bus for
Yeah.
there you go.
Subway,
like it.
and Subway is like that's gourmet eating
Exactly,
if you're suffering.
exactly.
You gotta
That's
eat
pretty
fresh every
good.
once in a while. Jason, we really appreciate your time very
Yeah.
much.
My-
Thanks
hey,
for
my
sitting with us,
pleasure.
man, and good luck in all your
Thanks very
endeavors.
much.
And
Thank
keep
you
up the
very much.
documentary.
Cheers.
Thank you.
SMTV 2015 and NAMM.